Oh, look at this.
Just wait.
Oh, look at this. 2 boxes. Says Rainier Crawford.
And this is though.
No, this is Mom and Dada's.
Oh, and
Mom and Dada have a box, and you have a box.
And can I open it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Whoa, hopefully that's not fragile.
Is it, Dada?
I don't know.
Can I see this box?
Oh my gosh.
Is this mine?
I guess so.
Yeah. I know.
A gift for you. Happy birthday, sweet boy. Love, Cindy Dixon.
Me?
She watches our videos. And she knows who you are. And she knows that you like trekking poles. This is for your birthday.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's
Okay,
cool.
hold on. That's awesome. Wow, thank you, Cindy.
I am pretty excited about this.
Wow.
Look at all this shiny, shiny
Shiny.
boxes, bricks. Wow, there's nothing like a new shipment. So a lot of people in the comments lately have been asking why we smoke cigars.
That's like asking why you drink coffee.
I know.
To me, anyways.
It's one of those weird things that I'm
But
not like.
I get that it's not very culturally as accepted as coffee.
I thought maybe we should talk about it.
Yeah?
For me, it all started about 10 years ago when I was in Omaha, Nebraska, and I walked into this cigar smoking lounge. The feel of this place was so cool. It was like hardwood and leather and like awesome wood boxes with fancy gold labels. I watch these people go into this giant cigar humidor, this room, which like keeps the cigars at this perfect humidity level, and like pick out this cigar, and there's this whole process there. Then they would cut it and light it and smoke it. And there was just this like vibe where it was like chill and like conversation, because when you light a cigar, it takes like an hour to smoke. So when you cut it and you light it, there's kind of this commitment that like, I'm gonna be here for an hour. And it was like so different from like club or bar scenes that I had just like seen, where it's like smoking cigarettes. Not that we have a problem with cigarettes, but it's just like quick and
This
seems
makes
like
you
rushed.
slow down and just slow down.
So then I came home and I was like, I wanna build a cigar lounge in my house. Mostly just because I liked the way that they look. I mean, look how beautiful these are right here. Can you see that? Well, it's like hard with the reflection. You got all these like colors of natural leaves and these colors of wrappers. I feel like they're like a piece of art. And I just liked the way they looked. I don't know, I just like the feel of being in a cigar lounge. And that's where it started for me.
So Ben built this really beautiful, well, you didn't build it, but you had someone else build this really beautiful, what do you call it? Just like a humidor like in the wall.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. And a year later, we moved here.
Right when it was like finished, it was like, oh, this is my favorite. And I was like, okay, goodbye.
So now we just have a humidor that's a decent size down in our basement. It used to be upstairs, but now it's in our basement. My story is a little less romantic. I don't even fully remember how I got into them. Maybe you remember, but I think it was two and a half years ago. I think it probably was just me watching you. I just started all of a sudden I want to smoke a cigar, and then I smoked it and I was like, I really enjoy this. I really dig this. And then one thing led to another, and then I ended up starting smoking more than Ben. Just like my personality, I love just being able to sit still for an hour and read a book and smoke out in the sun, escape, yeah, whatever you want to call it, out on the porch. I love it. And I love doing it socially too, but I'm totally fine doing it by myself as well.
For me, it's mostly a social experience. I love like lighting a cigar with someone and just says like, hey, we're gonna invest an hour into this. But sometimes it also helps me, just like you would make maybe a pot of coffee or a cup of tea. Like when I get to the mid-afternoon and I'm like burned out on work and I need something to help transition my mind into getting a project done, sometimes lighting a cigar helps with that. So I guess real quick, we'll talk about the health thing. I think a lot of people freak out about that. Honestly, I feel like the biggest problem people have with it is like a stigma that you just equate smoking
with
like
lung cancer
or being irresponsible or being a lower class or something. There's very little like research on cigar smoking and the dangers of it because you don't inhale it. So we have heroes like...
You don't directly inhale it, but I suppose you know, there's smoke.
You know, but then you have guys like Mark Twain and Winston Churchill that basically made a habit of it way more than we do. And they turned out okay, so that's kind of how I feel about that.
We probably smoke somewhere between 2 to 3 cigars a week. In the summer months, it might up a little bit to 3 to 4 a week if I had my way.
Oh, and not all these are for me. This box and this box, or this is for Tim.
Oh.
So just in case you think that we have a problem. But the way I do it financially is if you go to the store, any of these cigars here would be about like an $8 cigar. But the way I buy them in bulk like this, I can get them under $3 a cigar. So it's about $2.60 per cigar for what you see here.
And they keep for a while in the humidor, so.
Which is about what a cup of coffee would cost. So I buy this. This will last us maybe a year or two. Well, now that Cammy's smoking. Regardless of the health though, for me it's just one of those things that's like worth it. I feel like we do enough healthy activities like staying fit, eating healthy, and running and exercising that if this knocks a year off my life, at least the attitude I'm at right now, I'm like, that's not like the end of the world to me. Maybe I'll think differently at some point. Let me show you what these look like on the inside. Look at that.
It's even got a little bow. Oh yeah.
Man, that's so strong. And these are flavored cigars, or at least they have like an infusion. So they have a little bit of a sweetness and a flavor. And some cigar aficionados like look down on these types of cigars. To that I'd be like, you do what you want. We're gonna smoke our own smoke, hike your own hike. And life's too short to smoke cigars you don't like. Okay, that's the bit on cigars. I guess people found that interesting, and just remember, we do live in Kentucky, so now I gotta get these downstairs. All right, ready for this? Look. Ta-da. Check this out. This is how I like them. So we got boxes in the front with basically like multiple layers and extra cigars in the back. These are it's kind of like the cheap section down here. Well, actually, I have boxes back there. This is how I like it stacked. And look at those nice clean rows. Different shapes and sizes and colors. These boxes are like pieces of art. And this box was given to me as like a gift when I married some friends. And I've had this for like 3 or 4 years in here. So some of these cigars have various stories. That one was a gift from a guy in Seattle. That's like a Probably a $25 cigar. I haven't touched that in a while. Oh, it smells so good. All right. You guys stay here. I left the house this morning and I am heading to a coffee shop so that I can start reading the first draft of our Appalachian Trail book. It's 114 pages and I have to have it done in 5 days by this Friday. I'm a little bit nervous. Gotta start somewhere though. I just spent an hour reading. It's so discouraging for me sometimes, these like creative endeavors. I feel like I'm a perfectionist and I get caught up in all these details and I don't really like the book today. It goes like every other day. I like it and I don't like it. And I didn't get as far as I wanted to. I think I only got through like 1 or 2 chapters, but I have like 20 to read.
While Ben is reading the AT book, I read the prologue and the first 3 chapters today. And I was kind of dreading it because, I don't know, I was like, this is my story, I already know it, blah, blah, blah. But I actually got into it and I felt like it was a good story and so far pretty well written. It was kind of cool reading a book that I helped write and knowing that a lot of other people probably are going to read it someday. It was cool seeing it in that format because I had seen it, obviously I've lived it, but then I'd seen it in our video format and it was cool to see it in this written format. It was different.
Tonight for dinner, Memory, what are we having?
Chili.
Memory made this chili from scratch.
Put the Play-Doh away, please.
It looks good. With cheese and sour cream.
That was like when me and Clay were doing the show. Yeah, we should have taken pictures.
I'm not eating dinner.
Okay.
And if you want to go really nuts, watch this. Woo! Party in the cigar box.